What's going on, everybody? I'm Akaza, and this is a video I've been wanting to do for a very long time now. I've been wanting to do this since I got back from the Philippines, but I've had all my stuff boxed up for the longest time, and just due to life, I haven't been able to do it until now. This is a video of all the souvenirs that I got from the Philippines. Check it out. From over there to over here. Got a lot of different things from the Philippines. Got a lot more, but this is the main entree. So let's dive into this. Now, I know a lot of you punkers are going to see this and be like, what? They're not from the Philippines? No, but if you saw my review, I got the Against All Authority All Fall Down record and at Gold Digger Records in Sabao Expo in the Philippines. I was utterly mind blown. 1,400 pesos, so a little under 30 bucks for it. But you know what? I supported an independent record store in the Philippines and well worth it. Now, as over here you can see I got a bunch of bottles. Royal is the Philippine version of Fanta, and obviously it's 11 pesos. 50 pesos is roughly $1. Here's a glass bottle of Royal. I got this down in Bicol, Philippines. It's even cheaper. This is Pepsi bottle, obviously. It's about 8 pesos. Same with this one. Next to it is the taller bottle of Royal. I drank a lot of Royal when I was out there. Now, in the United States, Gatorade comes in a plastic bottle. Well, in Bicol, Philippines, it comes in this glass bottle right here, and it's a mere 10 pesos, which is totally worth it. A lot of the times when you go to a vendor to get a bottle of Gatorade or something that's in a glass bottle, generally it actually costs a little less than 10 pesos because generally you drink it there, you give it back to them, and they recycle reuse. But if you actually want the bottle itself, you have to pay for the bottle. It's that way in some places. These are retro. Not all at once. Can I take them with me? Do you have the cap? 36. Thank you. This bottle of Royal from Bicol, this sand is from Tinabat Camarines Sur. There was water in it, but unfortunately, well, it evaporated or something. It's been sitting on my shelf for a while now. But, yeah, those are my bottles, and I know it's weird, I collect bottles, but I love it, you know? I love the glass ones even more with the pesos on top of them. It's really cool. Down here we got UFC hot sauce. You can buy these at Pure Gold for 8 pesos, and this stuff is blazing hot. Yet it's sweet. It's blazing hot and sweet. It's not your typical, you know, burn your mouth off type of hot sauce. It's got a good sweet taste to it, which I haven't had many hot sauces that have a sweet aftertaste, you know what I mean? So I actually brought back over 20 bottles, but I've given a bunch of them out, and I've managed to keep those, but when I go back I'm going to get a lot more. Now this right here, this is a can of pesos and centos. As you can see, I went ahead and I pulled one of each out of the can to give you all a better look. Alright, so starting out with these two. These are 5 peso silver pieces dating back to 1975. These were a gift from my father-in-law. The man on the coin here is Marcos. He was the dictator of the Philippines for about 20 years. Just look him up. He's got a lengthy story. These three are 5, 10, and 25 centimo pieces. The 5 and the 10 are from 2016, and the 25 is from 2017. Now these look a little beaten up, which coins get that way over time, but the biggest reason why these 3 in particular are beaten up, just like the rest of them, a little rough around the edges, is because I picked them up off the ground. These coins are so worthless that the Filipinos themselves just drop them. I mean, they get run over. These are not even really used. Most things you'll buy in the Philippines don't even have, you know, this on the price tag, because everything is generally rounded up to the 1 peso. I don't have any 5, 10, 20, or whatever peso coins with me because I left them with my fiance, because unlike over here in the United States, when, you know, $1 to $5, $10, you know, that'll get you something. And anything, like, you don't really get much for 75 to 50 cents over here. Over there in the Philippines, all this, as you can see, these price tags, 8 pesos, 10 pesos, whatnot. Every peso counts over there. You can get snacks for 2 pesos. You can get sauces, seasonings for like 5 to 8 pesos. So over there, these actually add up. Yet, these aren't really used. It's kind of funny. Now next to them, we have this rare 200 peso bill. These are not discontinued. These are still flowing out there. But from what I've been told by my fiance and her father, these are very, very, very hard to find. And they have the cutest little animal on the back of it. I got this particular bill from a taxi driver. He gave it to me as change, and it blew my fiance's mind because, like I said, apparently these are very rare. It's got a picture of a jungle and mountain ranges in the back. It's a very beautiful, very decorative 200 peso bill. How much is this worth in the United States currency? About $4, since about 50 pesos equals $1, give or take. This bill is worth roughly $4. Next up, we have my passport. As you can see, it's got a Philippine flag on it. It says Filipinas Pasaporte. Obviously, I have a U.S. passport, but this is just a case with an awesome pocket on the inside. That's generally where my 200 peso bill goes. I stick it right in there as sort of a luck charm and a sort of a, just so I can look at it every time I pull out my ID, just to remember going there, and just to make me smile. Although it's kind of bent up, here is a bus pass. This is a 20 peso bus pass, meaning about a little less than 50 cents. And you can get, depending on where you go, 2 peso, 10 peso, whatever. This one's obviously heading towards either Cavite City or going towards Manila, something like that. But I got this one in Cavite City. This is what a lot of the bus passes look over there for the regular buses. Now, some of you have probably seen my I Got a Jollibee video that I released a long time ago. Well, yeah, here he is, and he's adorable, isn't he? I stuck him in my Jollibee cup, because why not? Nice way to keep him nice and still. Now, I got the Jollibee cup, obviously a Jollibee, but I did not get this little fella at Jollibee. I got this little fella on the island that Lodi and I went to on our 1-year anniversary. We were just walking along the beach, and I saw something colorful in the sand, and I went over and I checked it out, and what do you know? There was the Jollibee plushie that washed up to shore. So yeah, I got a Jollibee plushie in the middle of a remote island on the beach that washed up to shore. I brought it home, I cleaned it, I washed it, and it's amazing. I love this thing. I've actually looked them up on eBay, and some of these go for like $50+, which is incredible. I really wanted a Jollibee hat when I was in the Philippines, but I was unfortunately unable to get one. However, plushie's good enough. Love this thing. Next up, from the National Bookstore of the Philippines, we have a gift from my father-in-law. Now, when I was in the Philippines, I looked everywhere for a Philippines flag. And no matter where I went, no matter what bookstore, museum, wherever, I asked police officers, I asked people in general, hey, where do I find a Philippines flag? I could not find one. So one day my father-in-law came in and he surprised me with this. Now, I love the design of this flag. I love the sun and the 3 stars on the tips of the triangle. My favorite part of this flag is obviously the sunshine. Now, if you want to go to a country with sunshine and if you just love that sunny beach feeling, always hot and sunny, Philippines is right up your alley. This is the mini flag I have though, because right next to it, we have the colossal sized Philippines national flag. Now you'll obviously notice a difference in how I've hung the two. Sun and stars on top, draped downwards, beaming down, as you could say. And this one is hung across. The reason for that, well, it won't really fit. This flag it's colossal, obviously, as you can see, in comparing the two. Now, over in the Philippines, they hang the flag like this, big ones and small ones. You rarely ever see a flag hung across like this, which makes sense because a Philippine flag is a wide flag. It's long. It's not just, a typical rectangle. It's a very, very long rectangle, obviously. Which, the design of the flag makes a lot of sense. The sun is beaming downwards towards the Philippines because it's a really tropical island. It's a hot place. It's a really bright place. And you got the stars up in the sky. Very beautiful there at night. It's a very good, very beautiful idea, very beautiful piece of art these flags are. And I'm really honored to own a colossal sized Philippines flag, as well as a mini Philippines flag. Yeah, this flag right here, this is the bigger flag, and as you can see, it's quite tall. It is folded into fourths, and it's also folded in half. I can't unravel this thing 100% without touching the floor, and that's disrespectful to the flag, so it's actually a lot bigger than 95% of the American flags that I see on outdoor flagpoles. I actually went to hang it on my grandpa's flagpole when I got back here, and it was so big, wouldn't even fit. Next up, we have my Filipinas hat that I actually wear all the time. I represent. I love this hat. I paid, I think, 250 pesos for it. It fits well, and I just love this hat. I was going to get another one, but I just, one is special, and I love to wear this thing. It's kind of got a little bit of a rain stain on it, but I'm going to wash it here soon. It's just a very beautiful hat. It's got the colors of the country. It's got yellow, it's got white and red. Obviously yellow represents the sun, white and red. I love this hat. Next up over here we have my Philippines jacket. It's got the sun and 3 stars on the left and the Philippines country outline on the right, with obviously the sun up there at the northernest peak. This is a lovely jacket I got here. I got this for 1,000 pesos. It's pretty good. It's got 2 pockets up here in the front, and on the back of it, it's got Filipinas with the star and the seal of the country on the top. It's got blue on the bottom there. It's got a white top, which carries onto the front with the blue coming around on the left and the red coming around on the white, going back to the sleeves. Lovely design for a good jacket. It's not really anything for winter, but for running and stuff like that, which I have kept this put away. I've kept it nice and hung up. This is actually the first time that I've gotten it out just to show it in this video. But yeah, it's beautiful. It's got a nice zipper on it. For those of you who are all about the clothing brands, this jacket was made by Classic Sport Fashion, and it's size XXL, which it's actually not, because I'm nowhere near the size of XXL, but still, very beautiful jacket, and I highly recommend it if you find it. This is my Raw Light GoPro cam. I got this at Robinson's Place in Manila, Philippines. It's an action cam. It came with a little clamp for a helmet, a toolkit to adjust it and all that, and also an underwater waterproof case. It's amazing. I actually filmed part of my Calico Beach Resort video with this thing. It is amazingly good, and it also has its own Wi-Fi ability. Yes, this camera actually has, it's got a built-in Wi-Fi modem. What that's used for is to connect your computer or whatever to this camera to easily transfer your videos and pictures from this to a computer without a cord. It does take still images, and obviously it takes video. It takes high resolution video. It's got a good camera in it. It's got a, here's the battery, and you can mount it to a tripod if you need to. And over here is the, it's got HDMI, it's got regular, well, HDMI mini, it's got regular USB there, and it's got an SD slot, which I have my SD card in there now. But yeah, I got that. That was about $100, $120, and it was worth every bit of the price that I paid for it, because I have reviewed the footage since I've been back, and it's totally worth it. If you find one of these, I don't know if they're specifically Philippines, but I would highly recommend this Raw Light Action Cam. Totally worth it. Not to mention that it also came with this chest gear. Yes, you slip this on over your chest and you mount the camera right there. My mounts are inside of the box, but it's pretty convenient for when you're out and about and you don't want to hold it in your hand. As I said, there's also a little clip in there for a helmet. It's a pretty good piece. It's actually how I filmed some of the underwater clips itself. I put it on my chest and I just swam, swam, swam. These dishes here, which is an entire set, I got at Sky Appliances in Tanza Cavite, Philippines. They didn't cost much at all. As you can see, some of them were 11 pesos, some of them were 18 pesos. None of these costed me over $1. They were all very, very cheap, and they were really, very nice. If you don't know what that fist represents, that is Rodrigo Duterte, President of the Philippines. That's his fist. That's his logo. It's got the beaming sun at the point there. It's got the colors of the flag. It's got the star. You know, that's self-explanatory what that is. But yeah, I got saucers. Got an entire set. I don't really know what the names of each specific plate are. If you are a person that collects these, then you could probably guess what I have. But I got the entire set, and it costed me. I don't remember how much it costed me, but I didn't spend a lot on it. But it's totally worth it though, because this is a very beautiful set. It's a collector's piece, and I'm glad I own it. Now, I know what you're going to say. What? How is this a Philippines souvenir? This is a Nintendo Famicom. Shouldn't this be a Japanese souvenir instead? You're right. It most definitely is not a Philippines product. It came from Japan. However, I bought this in the same place where I bought the Against All Authority record. Well, same area. This was at an antique store that I don't even know the name of. I don't even think it had a name, but I was in there looking around with Lodi. We were trying to just look and see what we could find. I was going through a bunch of old records and stuff and just random antiques, and I saw this box sitting on the shelf for about 4,000 pesos, which is about $80 US, and since I really had no way to test it out, which the lady said it worked, I ended up buying this for $60 US. It came with everything I needed, including a Chinese bootleg of Street Fighter 3. Now, when I did my Famicom unboxing video on the Scared Peasant channel, I showed this off, which immediately as I showed this to a few of my friends, they're like, wait, what? Because if you're not familiar with the Street Fighter series, Street Fighter 2 came out on the Super Nintendo. So obviously Street Fighter 3 did not even exist, or even think about existing, around the time when the Famicom, had its day. So this is a bootleg, and I have been able to find absolutely no information about it. I have played it, and it does work, though, which is nice. This is a JRPG, I believe. I haven't really played it much, but this console does work. It came with the power cord. It actually came with a UK power cord. I actually had to buy a Japanese power cord from Japan on eBay. The original RF switch for the console, and it's not in the box, but I have to use a US RF switch from either Sega Genesis or from a Super Nintendo in order to get this on American televisions, because this console, you have to have it on like channel 95, 96. It's a bunch of heebie-jeebie, but if you can get it, if you know what you're doing, it's nice. And the fact that I got it complete in the box for $60, totally worth it, and it's an awesome souvenir. So you might be wondering, what on earth is this thing? What do I have wrapped in tape and secured in stuffing? What on earth is it? I'll show you. The item that I'm about to show you is a handcrafted item from my father-in-law, given to me as a token of a welcome to the family, with a jungle bolo inside. My father-in-law handcrafted this jungle bolo for me. Once he found out from Lodi Bear that we were actually very serious, he made it for me, and I was blown away. I mean, look how beautiful it is. Look how reflective it is. I don't know a lot about swords and weaponry in general, for that matter. I don't collect them. I've never even really had thoughts of owning a gun or a knife or a sword. But considering the fact that he actually made this for me from scratch, and it's really fine. This thing is really, really, really fine. It's smooth. It's well established. You know, it's not wobbly, it's not falling apart. It's really clean. I don't know how sharp it is. I don't really want to test it out. But little information on this because I actually looked it up because I don't know anything about it. This is a jungle and bellow. It's as you can see, it kind of looks like a machete. It's the Filipino origin. It's also used in Indonesia and also the Cuba sugar fields in the countryside for whacking out and clearing vines and vegetation. So it's honestly a farming tool, but it is also used in martial arts. So yeah, I mean I don't know how this would feel if you got hit with it. I'm pretty sure not good considering it is a sword, but I am just overly ecstatic to own this. What I'm gonna do with it? Well, when I move out of here, I'm going to find a case and I'm going to put it in the case and just take really good care of it. Because, this was a gift. He made this for me, and no one in my entire life has ever crafted for me a sword. When I was in the Philippines, then in Bicol. Side note, on the Bicol comment, here's a souvenir that I brought back from Bicol. This is one of many, but I just wanted to show it since, I mentioned Bicol. I paid about 50 pesos for this, which is roughly $1, and honestly, this is one of the best dollars I've ever spent in my whole life. It's a keychain. It's attached to my bag. But yeah, I just wanted to show that off. Yep, so after I finished that video, I took the sword that my father-in-law handcrafted for me. I wrapped it up in stuffing, and that brown stuff there that you put in boxes to ship stuff with, and I wrapped it in tape, and I just did what I could to make sure that it stays safe and good condition and nobody gets hurt around it while it's in storage. It's been in this wrap for months now. Honestly, since, I'm going to say September last year. So I've had it like this for a while. I'm just trying to make sure nobody gets hurt, make sure it stays clean and safe and not rusted and dusted and all that stuff, No, yeah, it's my Jungle Bolo. Back to the bottles for a moment. This is a homebrew alcoholic beverage that I got at a hotel that Lodi Bear and I stayed at next to the airport. This costs, I think, 100 or 150 pesos. A little bit more than your average drink over there, but it's a homebrew alcohol. It's 5% by the volume, brewed in Antioquia. Why did Mexicans create tequila? So ugly people would have a chance of having. It's got a nice little joke on the back over there. Classy. But yeah, this is a homebrew. It's the hotel that we stayed at, they brewed this. This is their beer. So that's kind of why this bottle here is a little bit more special than just the Royal and the Pepsi and all that, because this is a homebrew. This is DIY. Somebody actually manually made that sticker and they put that on there. So that's pretty cool. Which, these glass bottles back here, I'm going to treasure them forever because, they're from Bicol and they're very valuable to me. Everything over here that you see, the Famicom, the dishes, the flags, the clothing, the camera, all of this stuff, the Jollibee, all of this stuff is very, very, very valuable to me, and I'm going to hold it all dear to me for the rest of my life. Even though I'm going back to the Philippines, and I'm going to get even more stuff, obviously. I'll always love the stuff. Now I'm going to answer the question that everybody has. What on earth do I have a fidget spinner over there for? Well, the truth is, we're in a little gift shop here in the Mall of Asia. Where'd you wanna go? How much you want this? I'm looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts. I want something just out see these everywhere. How do you do it? Just talking in my sleep at night, making myself crazy. Out of my mind, out of my mind. Yeah, that video. So apparently, I picked this up, and I had no idea what it was originally. It wasn't until a while ago when I discovered that I had apparently bought into the international trend of fidget spinners. Talk about coincidence. So I figured I would show this off too. It's an S&M Appliance Center bag. This is just a grocery store bag. Our name is your guarantee. It's got numbers and the list of all the cities where there's an S&M store located. So if you're ever in the Philippines and you need to go somewhere that's got everything you need, hit up S&M. SM. They got it all. So anyway, at this time I believe that I have shown you everything that there is to show off, all of my souvenirs that I bought from the Philippines. You know, if any of you have any questions or whatnot, if you'd like to see more or just anything really, just comment down below, you know. I love showing this stuff off, and I'm definitely going to get more when I go back there. But, you know, I've been wanting to do this video for some time now, and I finally got the time and the space, and I went and got my boxes, and I pulled it all out just to show it to you all, because I love sharing what I've experienced with those, my friends, and those who care to just click play and check it out, you know. Anyway. Yeah. I am Anarka Akaza. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you watched it all the way through, thank you double. You know, it really means a lot to me that I got to go to the Philippines last year and spend 45 days with Lodi Bear and her family, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to spend even more time with them. I love her so much, and Philippines is a very beautiful country. It's full of culture, it's full of good vibes and good food and just lots of good stuff to do. You know, if you ever want to go somewhere and you don't mind the heat, go to the Philippines. It's definitely worth it. I'm Anarka. Please comment down below, follow me, subscribe, do all that, and have a lovely day. Salamat po!